Hello, welcome to the James Linker Experience, episode 99.
Vuela, como ven, eso está medio arriesgado. ¿Te imaginas los ensayos de esas partes? Bravo, bravo, bravo. Bravo, bravo, bravo.
Someone needs to call the police to arrest those guys for dangerous driving. I didn't know there was such a thing as a prison ship. That sounds like the title of a 90s Steven Seagal movie. What's he up to these days? Kids today will never understand.
Yeah. Under the pyramids, columns and coils around the columns, and like, what?
We can't say that are, I don't know, copper coils, or they are... what we can't understand is this. We can't understand that maybe can be, I don't know, stairs that are going down, or I don't know, they are cables that are going down. What we understand is it is something that has a spiral nature.
Does anyone else feel like there's so much lost hidden knowledge that we could learn from, for example, the pyramids, which could essentially redefine how we move forwards as a civilization? But we can't be bothered to get the shovel out. We are such a dumb species that bureaucracy and politics stops us investigating some of the world's greatest mysteries.
Australia has just changed the internet forever. For the first time in history, a country has begun enforcing an unprecedented law. From today, everyone under the age of 16 will be banned from using almost all forms of social media. And depending on how this goes, other countries have already expressed interest in doing the same. This morning, millions of Australians woke up to this message. So from this, two major questions remain. How will they do this without requiring everyone in the country to prove their age? And two, what the hell are all of these teens going to do with all of this freed up time? In fact, some teens have even found the time to challenge this ruling in court. But just a warning, be prepared for other countries to follow, because as one expert puts it, it could become proof of concept that gains traction around the world. In fact, in certain countries like Malaysia, government officials have already expressed their interest in doing the same. But the ultimate question is, would the world be better off if teenagers couldn't use social media? Or is this a stupid law that is bound to fail?
I mean, on the one hand, it does sound like a good thing because social media can be toxic for young teenagers. This looks maxing trend is the latest bin juice that they have to deal with. But then on the other hand, a blanket ban on internet use, of course, may be too extreme. What are your thoughts?
What the f***?
Oh, like we're not moving?
That is a UFO cloaked as a cloud, and may I say it's doing a terrible job. Zorg, are you sure no one will notice us up here?
Nah, mate, we look just like a cloud, innit?
Is this live in the sky?
That is one of the greatest songs I've ever heard.
That's incredible. How did you find it?
I don't remember.
The aliens are coming.
Who turned us on to that, Jamie?
Where is it? Like what?
He sends me most cool things.
That's incredible.
Yeah, there's a many men version of it too. We're gonna cut these out.
What the is that? It's a good song in and of itself.
Wait.
The way that's moving, it looks like some sort of kite or man-made flying thing to me. I just don't feel like that one's extraterrestrial, and I think everything's aliens.
A judge just discovered a flaw in America's largest private surveillance network, and it's a nightmare for anyone who drives a car. The company is Flock Safety. They have cameras in thousands of cities that create a searchable map of your life. They sold it to police as a secure private system, but a judge in Washington just ruled that every photo their cameras take is a public record. In theory, that means anyone, your angry ex, a stalker, a private investigator, could file a request to see a log of where you drive. And the cities are so terrified of this ruling, they're now in panic. This one ruling in Washington just exposed that the private surveillance network across the US, the one you drive through every day, might not be private after all.
Maybe driverless cars are a good idea after all.
Did they just run that red light?
They totally just ran that red light.
No, they're not. Who would have thought mass surveillance could have drawbacks? I thought it was 2026, but it seems to be 1984.
I think we're living in the Black Mirror episode where Kim Kardashian convinces all of us to get Neuralink. What am I talking about? A week ago, we saw Kim Kardashian sobbing that she didn't pass the bar exam, which, I mean, she was using ChatGPT for her assignment, so a fork was found in the kitchen. Then we see Kim visiting Dr. Ahmed. and we find out she has low brain activity.
Kim Kardashian has low brain activity. The jokes are way too easy.
Dr. Amen. He's the type of doctor that's been accused of giving snake oil. A lot of people asking, what's next? With celebrities like Kim Kardashian, everything is intentional. We saw their BBLs deflating, then Ozempic takes a boom. Then we see her crying and sobbing that she didn't pass the bar, her brain has holes. Neuralink. Earlier this year, May 8th, 2025, Kim did a Tesla ad for Elon Musk on Instagram. He has a connection to Neuralink. This is the same company that put its first implants in humans earlier this year. This device lets you move a cursor with your mind. I'm not sure what season of Black Mirror we're on, but that's what it does.
Influences influencing people is real. People worship celebrities for some reason. Neuralink again is one of those things. It could potentially help paralyzed people to move. What do you make of Neuralink? Is it just inevitable at this point that implanting tech will become part of our lives? And is it a good thing, or is it just further pushing us to this dystopian future?
Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars is a mysterious 44-page manual dated May 1979, which appears to be a top-secret document that outlines a covert quiet war declared in 1954 by an international elite against the general public. The document first surfaced publicly in the mid-1980s, with the most common story claiming that it was discovered by accident in July of 1986. According to this account, a Boeing aircraft employee bought an IBM copier at a government auction from McChord Air Force Base near Tacoma, Washington, and once he got home and opened it up, he found the manual inside. The document discusses society as an electrical circuit and its citizens as harvestable energy. It describes a process by which the economy can be deliberately subjected to repeated shock through inflation, wage freezes, credit changes, and interest rate hikes, so the public stays in perpetual imbalance and recovery, too busy surviving to effectively resist the elite. The document diversion is described as key, with sports, trivial entertainment, gambling, and alcohol being implemented to drain any energy that could fuel rebellion. Traditional family units are to be destroyed by forcing both parents to work and children into daycare from infancy. In this way, the state can become an irreplaceable authority which the people will come to depend on for their own survival. Education is to be transformed into meaningless busy work that produces obedient, technically trained, but intellectually sterile workers.
Luckily, none of that ever happened. I mean, the backstory seems a bit made up to me, and I'm skeptical as to whether this is a real document, but why does this feel far too close to home?
Wow.
It's not showing up on camera.
Hey, show us back here.
There it is. There it is.
There
What
it
is
is.
it? Oh, there's a bunch of them. What are they? They're blinking, y'all.
There's lots out there.
Are those coyotes?
I don't know, but they're there.
Yeah, those are coyotes.
Is that what they are?
They're
They're damn
blinking.
sure out there. They're sure out
There's
there.
a bunch. Look.
Yeah, I see those eyes right there.
Glenn. Glenn!
You see that?
What? What is it? It looks like it going up and down. It is.
It
What?
was. There, to see the others over in the
Yes.
trees?
It's like right there, Mom. I know. I was just kind of looking. What is it? Yes,
Yeah,
there
is too.
You're down too low.
I'm gonna say someone with a torch messing with them. Either that or Bigfoot doing squats. To be clear, I am open to that possibility.
So we got this Borden milk from the gas station. And just so you know, this one's open, this one's unopened. We haven't broke the seal yet. Come on, Mom, show them. Here's 2 more, looks like it. Okay. Show the expiration date, not expired. And it doesn't smell bad. It smells fine. How do you think? No, it smells good. Okay. What is this, guys? Okay, now open another one.
Looks like glue.
Open another one and see if it does it.
It's disgusting.
None of these were cracked. They were all sealed. Oh, yep. They're all like that.
When your milk resembles the glue you used at primary school to make paper airplanes, definitely drink it. That is literally disgusting. What brand is that? Borden. I hear a lovely glass of Borden milk goes down beautifully with some Campbell's soup. So this is in Iran. Here is the analysis, let's call it. Head, flipper, tail, question mark. You see, I had that as the head and those as the legs. I know pareidolia is a real thing, but maybe also giant fossilized monsters that we write off as myths.
Va para adentro.
Mírala.
Dale, pitale, pitale, pitale. Pitale, pitale, pitale.
Ya mírate.
Va para adentro.
Mírala.
Dale, pitale, pitale, pitale. Pitale, pitale, pitale.
Ya mírate.
Well, that has to be fake. If not, and you live at 4342, wherever that is, a zombie just walked into your building.
There's a place in America where gravity bends, people shrink, and water flows uphill. But the weirdest part is the man who discovered what's really happening there burned all of his research saying that the world wasn't ready. This area is known as the Oregon vortex and is one of the strangest physical anomalies in the United States. Just outside Gold Hill, Oregon, there's a wooded area known as the vortex, and the second you step into it, something feels off. Visitors report a heavy pressure in the air, sudden dizziness, compasses refusing to point north, brooms standing upright on their own, balls and bottles rolling uphill, and people growing and shrinking, depending on where they stand. And the strangest part is that these effects don't just happen inside the tilted building, but they happen outside, on open ground, with no tricks, walls, and no forced perspective. Even animals avoid the place. Horseback riders say their horses stop dead on the boundary line and refuse to take another step. The Oregon vortex was first studied by a British mining engineer named John Lister. He was a geologist and a mathematician who worked in the area in the early 1900s. And while surveying the land, Lister noticed something strange. His compass drifted, metal tools acted weird, and the ground seemed to pull differently depending on where he stood. And that started a decades-long obsession. From the 1910s through the 1920s, Lister conducted experiments deep in the woods, trying to map what he believed was a spherical field of force. He wasn't a paranormal conspiracy theorist, and he wasn't a showman. He was a scientist. And he believed something was happening in Oregon that broke the known laws of physics. According to handwritten notes and witness accounts, Lister concluded that the vortex wasn't an illusion, but an actual distortion in either gravity, magnetism, or space itself.
I've never heard of this. My initial thought was a magnetic anomaly such as Skinwalker Ranch, where compasses and equipment malfunction. I mean, this could be a tourist attraction with trickery involved, but what makes it peculiar is the guy burnt all his research. What did he find that made him take such extreme measures?
And just like that, the mysterious fog is back. Now, it's been reported that a 400-mile-long radiation fog blankets 13 million Americans in California. And if you guys remember, the same time last year where we had this mysterious fog covering over 30 states where there's reports of residue, weird smells, well, this time there's even more dots connect. Now, they're calling it radiation fog due to when the ground cools off quickly after sunset, radiating all the heat back into the air after the fall and winter. Here's why they're calling it dangerous. They're saying the toxic particles from factories and car exhaust get trapped in the fog, which causes various respiratory problems. Basically, they're saying this fog doesn't move, it just stays on top, like spraying aerosol in a bowl and putting a top on it. But are we buying any of this? Because for one, that doesn't sound right. Two, here's a US patent for processing apparatus for the production of intense artificial clouds, fogs, and mist. And here's what that apparatus looks like for good measure. Coincidence? Let's keep going. Now, speaking of weather and radiation, just last week, they grounded over 6,000 Airbuses due to solar radiation impacting their flight systems. There's even reports of a JetBlue flight that lost altitude, injuring over a dozen people because of this. Not to mention, Julian Assange actually warned us about this back in 2018.
Intelligent evil dust scattered everywhere like confetti in everything.
Now, on one hand, they could be manipulating the weather to the point of no return where our atmosphere is completely cooked, resulting in things like this. There's a nationwide Arctic blast set to hit possibly new record lows across 15 states. Or it could be one big psyop that we're falling for again because the Illuminati card game that predicted everything in the last 30 years strikes again.
I showed the fog last year in a previous video. People were reporting smelling and tasting a sort of chemical fog. I don't know what the fog is, but at least billionaires aren't building secret underground bunkers for some reason.
There are people camping out right now in their little tents. It's currently midnight. They don't open for another 9 hours.
I've been huddled up there for the past 6-7 hours now. It's crazy. It's freezing out here, but it's worth it.
It's worth it. And this is what they were waiting for.
Finally, some common sense restored. Thank you so much for watching. This has been the James Linker Experience. See you soon.